Good afternoon. I call this business meeting to order. Today, the committee will consider the nomination of Patrice Kunesh of Minnesota to serve as the chair of the National Indian Gaming Commission for a term of 3 years. We will also consider two bills, S-4643 and S-4998. Beginning with Ms. Kunesh's nomination, the NIGC chairman is responsible for the regulation of Indian gaming and is charged with developing regulations, maintaining the integrity of the Indian gaming industry, and ensuring that tribes are the primary beneficiaries of these gaming activities. All are key to fulfilling the NIGC's mission to promote tribal economic development and self-determination. Ms. Kunesh was nominated on July 23rd of 2024. Committee members have carefully examined her qualifications and fitness for this important position. On August 26th, 2024, Ms. Kunesh committee questionnaire response and financial information were made available to the committee for review. On September 18th, the committee held a hearing on the nomination, and on October 4th, Ms. Kunesh provided responses to member questions for the record. Ms. Kunesh's nomination is supported by the National Congress of American Indians, the Coalition of Large Tribes, the Native American Finance Officers Associations, and individual tribes. The committee has received no letters opposed to her nomination. Ms. Kunesh has held regulatory positions across the federal government, including as director of the Center for Indian Country Development and the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis, and currently as the commissioner of the Administration for Native Americans. She is a dedicated public servant who works hard on behalf of Indian tribes and Native communities, and I'm confident that she will do that in this new role when confirmed. During her nomination hearing, Ms. Kunesh committed to advancing the NIGC's mission while seeking to improve its effort to help tribes navigate a rapidly changing gaming industry and enhancing interagency coordination to combat human trafficking. Ms. Kunesh also committed to studying the emerging online gaming market, analyzing its long-term impacts on brick-and-mortar tribal casinos, and working to mitigate risks from online gaming, sports betting, and AI. With these commitments in mind and in light of her qualifications, I strongly support Ms. Kunesh's swift confirmation. I'll now turn to the Vice Chair for her opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you've noted, we're considering the nomination of Patrice Kunesh to be the chair of the National Indian Gaming Commission, as well as two measures before the committee, S-2643 and S-4998. I want to briefly raise the role of the National Indian Gaming Commission. The Indian Gaming Regulatory Act established NIGC to safeguard the integrity of Indian gaming and to protect public health and safety on Indian gaming premises. This includes addressing the threat of human sex trafficking. Poverty, homelessness, historical trauma, drug and alcohol abuse, gaps in law enforcement all combine to make Native women and children prime targets for traffickers. Tribal casinos, just like non-tribal casinos, are magnets for human trafficking and illicit drug activity that prey on our nation's most vulnerable. And during your nomination hearing, as you've noted, Ms. Kunesh and I had the opportunity to speak of the role of the NIGC chair in interagency efforts to combat human trafficking. Ms. Kunesh committed that if confirmed, she would review NIGC initiatives on trafficking and report back to the committee on the successes, challenges, and the needs facing anti-trafficking initiatives like the Blue Campaign Toolkit that educates tribal casino and hotel managers on how to spot and report suspected cases to law enforcement. In addition to her expertise in Indian law, Ms. Kunesh has experience working on these issues through her career in public service. I will be supporting her nomination as she moves out of committee, as I believe she is a qualified nominee for the position of chair.
Senator Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to say briefly that I appreciate this committee's consideration of Patrice Kunesh, who I have known for many years. This is a personal issue for me. She is a strong colleague and friend. I note also that she has successfully earned bipartisan support for previous nominations, including from members of this committee. So I just wanted to personally add my request for support for her nomination. I think she is an excellent candidate for this role and will do us all. We'll do a great job in this role. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Smith. Senator Mullen, did you have any comments, or should we proceed to the roll call vote? Thank you. A roll call vote has been requested, and the clerk will, without objection, the committee will vote to report nomination. Sorry, what am I doing?
Yeah. This is page 6.
Everything's fine. Without objection, I call up nomination number PN 1983, the nomination of Patrice Kunesh to serve as the chairman of the National Indian Gaming Commission. Without objection, the committee will vote to report the nomination number PN 1983 to the Senate. A roll call has been requested, and the clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Schatz?
Aye.
Ms. Cantwell?
Aye.
Mr. Tester? Ms. Cortez Masto? Ms. Smith? Mr. Lujan? Ms. Murkowski?
Aye.
Mr. Hoven?
No by proxy.
Mr. Daines?
No by proxy.
Mr. Mullen? No. Mr. Rounds?
No by proxy.
The yeas are 7, the nays are 4, and the nomination is reported favorably to the Senate. Now, turning to the two bills on the agenda, S 4643, Zuni Indian Water Rights Settlement Act of 2024, and S 4998, Navajo Nation Rio San Jose Stream System Water Rights Settlement Act of 2024. S 4643 was introduced by Senators Lujan and Heinrich. The bill would resolve the Zuni Tribe's water rights claimed in the Zuni River Basin in New Mexico, authorize $685 million in mandatory funding to implement the tribe's settlement agreement, provide for the protection of Zuni Salt Lake, a place with great spiritual and cultural significance to the tribe. S 4998 was introduced by Senators Heinrich and Lujan. This bill will resolve the Navajo Nation's water claims in the Rio San Jose Basin in New Mexico, authorize $224 million in mandatory funding to implement the tribe's settlement agreement, and authorize the expansion of the Navajo Gallup water supply project to serve Navajo communities in the Rio San Jose Basin in New Mexico. I'll now turn to the Vice Chair for any statement.
Mr. Chairman, I think you've appropriately described the measures and look forward to committee moving forward.
Senator Lujan.
Thank you, Chairman Schatz and Vice Chair Murkowski, for holding this important business meeting. I've been very proud to work alongside Senator Heinrich to co-sponsor the Zuni Indian Water Rights Settlement Act and the Navajo Nation Rio San Jose System Water Rights Settlement Act. Earlier this year, I was proud to welcome to this very committee Governor Kucate to discuss the importance of the critical nature of enacting the Zuni water settlement. In addition to the settlement, this legislation will provide the critical protection of the Zuni Salt Lake and sanctuary. I'm equally glad to see the Navajo Nation Rio San Jose settlement receive a vote this afternoon. This legislation, along with S 595, the Rio San Jose and Rio Jemez water settlements, would allow the resolution of water claims in the Rio San Jose sub-basin. I want to thank this committee for working together to prioritize and advance our trust responsibility of providing water to tribes and pueblos during this Congress. I look forward to moving these pieces of legislation and the nomination of Ms. Kunesh. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yield back.
Thank you very much. Hearing no additional statements and without objection, the committee will proceed to consider S 4643 and 4998 on block. No amendments have been filed. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, without objection, the committee will report S 4643 and S 4998 en bloc. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. The ayes have it, and S 4643 and 4998 are ordered reported without amendment. I want to thank the members for getting the business of our committee completed expeditiously today, and I ask unanimous consent that the staff be allowed to make technical and conforming changes. There being no objections or further business before the committee, this meeting is adjourned.